Pelicans fall to the Raptors 115-110, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. And this podcast is sponsored by the Birdsall Law Firm, the official injury lawyers of Boot Crew Media, located in 918 Poydras Street by the Superdome. Give them a call at 504-523-5413 if you or someone you know has been involved in an accident. Birdsall Law Firm, the official injury lawyers of Boot Crew Media. Presented to you by Company Burger, located at 4600 Ferret Street. And I can't get this. And the Rusty Nail, joined with 5. Lito, Chris.
Don't start with me. Do not start with me. You know exactly where to go.
Lito, I'm gonna.
No, not him.
Chaz, you wanna?
Who? That ain't Chaz.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. Pelicans fall to the Raptors, in which I thought was a winnable game, and Chris, even though Brandon scored, I think he had 36 tonight. He was special offensively, but once again, he has to score over 3 or 4 defenders every single time. I mean, I've never seen a guy with his talent have to it's hard for him to score, in which it shouldn't be this hard.
Well, it's very similar to someone that we have, a guest that we have on right now that they would know a lot about. It's a nightmare watching this team play offense, especially in the half court. It is a nightmare, and if you couldn't solve it in a week off, that's what I was trying to see how different things would look with a week off. It's not going to get much better throughout the year, and that's putting all the pressure back on your dude with the hamstring strain, and we don't know when he's going to return. Look, man, I mean, I still think, and Brandon had a phenomenal game, and you can say it took him too long to get started. He had some really good possessions against OG, whatever it is. I think he was the best player on the floor and put this team back in a situation where they had a chance to win. But some of the same issues that we saw prior to the All-Star break, and then a lot of their losses and their bad losses continue to remain. And we're just the negative people that are here to report on it.
Just the negative. I mean, it's hard to be positive right now. And this is, Lito, hold on. Lito's positive. He's very positive right now. But one thing that really kind of irked me tonight was, I think we had cut it to 8 with Jose, Najee, Brandon, Larry, and I forget the 5th, whoever it was. It doesn't matter. But Jarrett, we finally show life. There's 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter. We finally are showing life. We get into a nice rhythm, and then there's a substitution out of the timeout. CJ McCollum comes in for Brandon Ingram, and the Raptors go on an 11-4 run to close out the quarter. I don't get that.
I mean, the substitution, I get you, right? You're like that's another turning point in the game, but it really is, you got off to a bad start again. Like, this is a continuing problem, reoccurring problem for this team, getting off bad starts. And even Antonio Daniels talking about it, right? These slow starts, and you got to get back into the game every time. Like, it takes a lot of energy to do. And at some point, we got to talk about the people that, is in charge of getting the team ready to play. Right, baby. Tell them.
Lito, another bad start. Were you shocked? We'll go Lito, Ross, and Chaz. Were you shocked that Richardson got the start over Trey, and that Herb wasn't benched and Trey would have been inserted? Because we've been having trouble offensively.
Justin, I'm not shocked, because I believe this coaching staff is doing their due diligence to put together a premium product. I think that, when you look at the guys out there, they're trying, man. You guys are being really negative. Those guys are trying hard. And I really think that you guys should just lay off a little bit. You telling me we had a practice on a Tuesday? You guys don't give them credit for that? Like, y'all, that means nothing to y'all? That's crazy, man. I watched the team. They go out there, they fought back in the second half. They gave it what they had. You know what I'm saying? You saw Brandon be heroic, you know what I'm saying, and put this organization on his back, as he's done so many times throughout the year, throughout the last 2 years, right? And you guys just get up here and complain about that. Yeah, we lost the game, but I mean, like, look at the positives.
Justin, I don't know how you're keeping. We have Freddy Krueger in this. I was about to curse. We have Freddy Krueger joining us, and you are somehow finding a way to play point guard and keep a straight face. Lito just went into character. I don't even know who that was. That was Lito Cooper, as I would call him. He just went in. He just went into character, and we have Freddy Krueger. How are you keeping a straight face? Why are we? What are we doing here?
I'm bad. We're all bad for the fan base. So
bad people.
Bad people. We'll go Ross, then we'll go Chaz. Ross, what'd you think of that move tonight from Willie Green and his staff?
I didn't like it. I mean, none of us liked it.
It's negative.
What do you think? I mean, we've been struggling on offense, and you basically took out Trey Murphy and you put in Josh Richardson. I mean, I think I would have liked to have seen him in for Herb. That didn't happen. Add it to the list of somewhat, what is a somewhat growing list of things that I don't understand why they happen. And I don't really have anything to say other than I think I said this a few weeks back. Like, I don't give us credit for these like fourth quarter scramble comebacks anymore. Like, that's not, if you watch enough NBA teams make little runs like that, sure, we got it to 2 points at one point, but I don't have like a at-home statistician. But the record in the NBA for teams this year entering the fourth quarter down, whatever we were down, 13 or more points is probably like, I don't know, 4-80 or something. You're just not going to win those games. Like, you got beat. You lost the first quarter, you lost the second quarter, you lost the third quarter. You got beat tonight. It was that simple. I didn't feel like we were ever really in the game, to be honest with you.
Ross sound like a coach. Coach.
Ross is the coach of a cult.
We got beat. I don't have anything else to say. We got beat. We got out executed on both sides. We weren't able. We weren't focused. We weren't ready to play, and that's on me.
You know what? While you guys are laughing and joking, we were down 6 points at one point, and we had a totally winnable game.
So, Justin, mute him.
That's egregious. That's an egregious take, Ross.
This has been unbelievable. Presented by Company Burger. Chaz, we had talked before the game started. We knew coming in this team would be offensively they were struggling, and we thought there would be a change to the lineup, but we thought Herb would be moved to the bench and Trey would have been kept in the starting lineup. What were your thoughts?
I thought that was the only logical move to make, but I'm also cognizant of who the coach is. So I didn't anticipate that move to be made. When I saw the lineup, and I've been critical of Trey this season, I just felt like it was just a real middle finger. There's a real middle finger right to my face. Just a middle finger. It's like the whole coaching staff it's perplexing at this point, bro. It's like it's because I don't understand how some guys still look a little lax. Days ago, they don't look like they have the energy. They didn't start the game with the energy. You have a master, and you're coming off a loss, an important game loss, going into All-Star break, and you come out flat. I thought Brandon had a great second half, but the first half it was some really ugly basketball. I thought Jonas could have got more touches versus Porter. Him and Porter are like arch nemesis. Like those two, it's just like my thing was, and I like Josh Richardson, I do, but I was like, again, he's already like the third or fourth best player on the team. That's like alarming. And the Raptors didn't play extremely well. They were ugly.
The Raptors were awful.
Yeah, it was a very ugly game. But once again, Gary Trent Jr. with the big shot at the end, dagger. You know what I'm saying? Should have been a Pelican. But I tend to agree with the front office. Even every game that goes by, I agree more and more with this front office standing pat because they clearly don't believe in this team, and the team hasn't really shown them anything to believe in. True?
Chaz, that's a bad take, and I'll tell you why. We have who we have on this roster, and we're supposed to have who we have. We didn't need anybody. We didn't need any help. All we have to do is get healthy.
Chris, I know you gotta go run spaces, but I want to hear your thoughts on the Trey Murphy benching tonight. What were your thoughts, real quick? Can you even complete a sentence after all this?
I mean, look, it didn't make good basketball sense to me. Like for a team that was struggling offensively and is still real ISO-centric, unless you were gonna throw the ball to JV and work through that, you know, or you had an impeccable amount of half court sets that you were gonna throw out consistently. Taking out your best shooter and leaving your worst shooter in the game, even if it made you a little bit better defensively, it wouldn't have been what I would have done. You know, I get Josh Richardson is the overall better player, but I mean, we'll see how it works consistently long term. I mean, what do you want me to say? Go back to Freddie or the positive guy.
I'm gonna go back to 5, Chris. I know you gotta get off, so I appreciate you pulling up. 5. You know, Brandon was really good tonight. He had 36 points and I had 6 turnovers, but I mean, I think AD said it on the broadcast, but he was a 3-level scorer tonight. Besides that, though, what is the main problem offensively? Because Brandon, it shouldn't be this tough for Brandon to get just simple looks. I mean, they're not even generating simple looks, Jarrett, like just simple down screens and just coming off catching and shooting in rhythm. He's got 2 or 3 guys being sent at him at all times.
I mean, this team should be way better than what it is. They're talented enough, right? But again, we kind of talk about it. I mean, you can even think about the issue. I mean, Trey Murphy getting benched. I mean, I literally just wrote an article about he has star potential and he's had a great weekend, and the momentum that you just killed by taking him off, like you just killed it. Like he got benched for what? For what? It's not like your defense has been that great to make it better. Like I wouldn't say his team is like a top tier defense, right? You wouldn't say it's like a top 2, top 3 defense. No, like you're not making it that better. And your offense is struggling so bad that you need the space to Trey on the floor. So why would you take him off, even if he isn't on, even if he's not making a ton of threes? Like you still need the space. So I would swing it to Ross.
Go ahead, Ross. I was going to get in, but go ahead.
I can quickly tell you why it's hard for Brandon Ingram to score. We have a guy on the floor at all times that the other team does not guard.
Yeah.
They don't guard him.
Yeah.
Herb Jones could be Marcus Smart and Joel Embiid, whoever to combine all the best defenders in the world. They don't guard him.
Well,
and when Jonas is out there, he's a big guy, and Jonas does what he does. That's another person down there. Like there's a lot of bodies in there, and when Herb Jones can't help you on offense, and you guys just said it, we ain't just straight locking people up on defense. And you got a guy that can help you on offense out that's just sitting on the bench for no good reason.
So, my rebuttal to that, right, is they don't use Herb in a way that is beneficial for the team. Sticking him in the corner doesn't do you any good. It doesn't. It doesn't do this offense. It doesn't create enough space. So if I was the team or the staff, I would probably have him in more ball screens or making him the primary, at least nail guy at the top to make passes. And I think he's a good passer, decent passer, right? And he's a good slasher. He can screen a little bit. He played the 5 in college. He can screen and roll and play downhill. But they don't do that enough.
Let me cut you off, 5. I'm sorry, but you're describing someone that like plays for Golden State who they don't really respect, really, right? But they play off of him, but they use him as a screener and a passer and a guy that can facilitate a Draymond Green role.
And I swear this team had an offense that was similar to Golden State. That's what I was told.
So Lito, come in here because I completely agree with everything 5 said. Because what me and Chaz were talking about this earlier tonight. Because you take all the momentum from Trey Murphy. Friday had a great all-star game or whatever it was, right? And then Jose does a great thing. Saturday, he is like literally the center of attention of the entire world. And then 3 days later, you bench him. And I'm a huge Herb guy. Don't get me wrong, but offensively, we're terrible, and you bench our best shooter. I don't understand that.
Justin, let me ask you a question. When you speak about Herb in these ways, and he listens to this podcast, do you think he feels good about himself? Do you think that when he goes and he sits in his defensive cot at night, do you think that he likes to hear these type of words about him? Secondly, I think the most important thing here is did Trey have fun at All-Star break? Did he enjoy himself? Right? He got his name out there. People know who Trey Murphy is now. You know what I'm saying? Like, he will get his time to shine. All I'm saying is this coaching staff put a game plan together. These guys know better than I. This guy, Willie Green, he teaches these guys how to fight. That's the main thing. Hey, we lost the game, but are we going to wake up tomorrow, live another day? That's the goal, right? Like, that's what we play a game on Saturday. Play in New York.
I don't know if we all waking up tomorrow.
Well, I mean, see, that's not positive. That's what I'm talking about. What you just said, bro, that's the inverse of positive. I think you really need to find God, right? Because if you think about it, right, like, you having that outlook, this is the negativity that you're projecting on the fans. And when you dress up like this and you're not taking it seriously, bro, this is your job. Right? Like, this is your job. Let's be positive about this. The fan base deserves better, Chaz. For real, bro. Like, I'm sick of this.
I don't know how you're doing. I truly don't know how you're doing this with a straight face. Like, I'm impressed. Chaz, we're gonna Chaz and Ross because we did talk about this. I can't even. We talked about the benching of Trey, and as Jared said, I just alluded to it. But the confidence wise, does that kill all the confidence in Trey Murphy?
I don't think so. Because when I saw him step on the floor tonight, I thought he gave a little bit, but I gotta address the elephant in the room. I don't know if Trey's mention has anything to do with basketball. I think Trey's mention is personal. I think it's a personal thing, and to be honest, I think it's I think it may be a little inappropriate at this point, because it's like, bro, I can see if there was like a clear-cut better option. To be honest, if Dyson is active tonight, I'm not even sure Trey plays. Like that's just keeping it real. Like, I think Trey's held to a higher standard of excellence than some of the other guys on the team. And like, not playing Trey, that's just like top of the iceberg. You know what I'm saying? I don't say the other word. That's just the top of the iceberg. So, all right, you take JV out the game, right? Take JV out the game. It's not like JV was like being amazing, but he had a nice little run, right? And this was a theme throughout the night. Every time the team found something that was working, Willie went away from it immediately, right? You take JV out the game. Jakob Portal, should have been a Pelican, gets in the game. It turns into prime Hakeem Olajuwon, just killing everything, right? And ones, defense, just killing it, right? Then what you do? Oh, damn, I messed up. You didn't wait the first possession. You didn't wait the second possession. You waited like the third possession to get JV back into the game. It's like, what are we doing here? What reason did you have to say, you know what? I'm going to go small here. I'm going to go small. What was the rationale behind that?
Ross, who wants to go?
Can I interject? I'm sorry. I got to cut the positive shit. I'm sorry. Like, I really, real talk. Like, this offense tonight, the offense, the lineups, the sets, the play, it was egregious, bro. Like, the spacing was egregious. I don't understand how you can have Brandon Ingram, Jonas Valanciunas, CJ McCollum. I know the guy who's missing, but I don't understand how the offense can still be so bad. Like, when you still have three guys who can put the ball in the bucket, right? Like, you still got Brandon was getting triple teamed. It didn't help that also the rest was terrible tonight. But like, Brandon was getting mauled, he was getting mugged. I really do appreciate that Brandon can get the others involved. But I'm at the point where I'm like, hell, getting the others involved, like, get you. If you got to go get 60, like, bro, go get 60. Like, let somebody else figure out how to get the other people involved.
It's ridiculous, Ross.
I'm not because I'm not like arguing with y'all, because a lot of it was just Brandon making great shots. But I mean, we scored 65 points in the second half.
Yeah, because Brandon was that good.
Okay, we scored 65.
Had a nice little run.
Yeah, but I mean, we scored 65 points in the second half.
The problem is, Ross, like it's
not
was
the slow stuff from the
it's
first
just not easy. I mean, it's just not easy.
That's it. Yeah, the problem I don't think was, I mean, offensively, but like superstars are going to score points. I mean, the coaching staff is bad, but I don't know. I guess I don't. I mean, the offense could have been better in the first half, but to me, it was almost more of a slow start than it was. Like, did y'all expect to see something different from the offense?
Is Pascal Siakam a superstar, man?
I think
he's an all-star. Yeah, I mean,
I think he's one of the star. Yeah,
I think he's one of the top 20. Probably top 20 players in the league, 25 max.
I'm asking that question just simply because I know Pascal for doing two things: getting to the rim, spinning, getting to the rim, Euro, getting to the rim, right? So if you have film on that, if you know what this guy does, why wouldn't you build a wall to take that away from him?
Well, that would take logic.
Huh?
Yeah.
That would take logic and, like, accountability and rationale and, all these trigger words. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm gonna pass it to Five. I know Five has something to say.
I mean, I think Lito, we were talking about what was the last thing you said? Now y'all went on a tangent.
I said the spacing. Who was on the floor? What I was on?
Yeah, I think you were talking about the fact that we have Brandon, CJ, and JV on a team. Those are three capable players. Like, at some point in their careers, they were a top 20 player or top maybe JV maybe never been
at least top 5 scoring center.
Yeah,
at least top 5 scoring center.
Yeah, like can carry a team on any given night, and yet we're struggling to score in easy fashions. Nothing, and I mean nothing, comes easy. Pause. Like, it is kind of hard to watch. Really is. Like, it shouldn't be this difficult. It's like, the fact that Brandon making difficult shots is one thing, right? Like, I hope this is replicable for him, right? To keep this kind of scoring output up, just for him and just being healthy standpoint. But I don't want to see him shooting over 3 people every night.
That's what I'm saying.
He's like, he shouldn't. It's not like it's Kobe Bryant when he had nobody on his team and he had. No, he has capable people and he has to do this to get buckets. I know, baby, and I don't know why Brandon. Yeah, I know, and Brandon has to shoot over all these players all the time, and you. I'm sorry, y'all just got to take it from here. I'm tired.
Go ahead, brother.
I'm tired of watching
Go
this
be dad.
offense. Yeah, for sure. I'm tired of this offense being this poor and having a very difficult time putting the ball in the bucket when we have people that can do it. Y'all be cool.
It don't really make a lot of sense. It don't make a lot of sense, bro. Go ahead.
Because I agree to a certain extent that the offense is bad, but like, did y'all think our starting lineup was better than theirs tonight?
Do I think it was better?
Do you think our starting lineup tonight is better than their starting lineup tonight?
No. It would depend on what you think.
No. The answer is easy. You don't have to caveat it. No, the answer is no. Our starting, and that's what I think most folks don't realize. Like, they just had a better team than us tonight. The starting lineup is better.
Who have the best scorers on the team, though? Like, overall, like who do you think have the better scorers on the team tonight? Toronto or the Pelicans? Defensively, the Raptors are great, or supposed to be great. But CJ, Brandon, and JV having 45 points in the half.
I don't put JV as like some elite scorer, but I mean, it's a guy that dominates paint. I mean, go ahead, Lito. The other start. Hang on, and then I'm sorry, Lito. You go.
You good?
Like Siakam, very good defender. All y'all told me for the last month was how great OG Anunoby is. Great defender. Scotty Barnes, great defender. Jakob Poeltl, great defender. Gary Trent Jr., very, very good defender. Like,
did you think they were? Did you think Toronto stopped us tonight because they're playing good defense, or we just played right into their hands?
I think we had I think we played the exact same way we play all the time, and the offense is to y'all's point bad. And yeah, Brandon hit a bunch of great shots over a bunch of really good defenders. When the other team, when the other team knows that they don't only have to guard 3 or 4 guys, and they know that you're not going to run anything that's going to get open looks for others, like it's easy to defend you.
But isn't that like an indictment on the staff though?
100%. Yes, 100%.
Ross, you're saying two things at one time.
Right.
You saying the players aren't that good. Well, the starting lineup wasn't that good. But before you said the players were good.
I'm saying I think we lost to a better team tonight.
The staff.
Yeah.
I really don't know what it is. So do you think the staff is to blame for this evening? Like, because it's not an isolated incident. I think that's everyone's point, is that this is just how this team plays.
Yeah.
Leo, do you want to go? Go ahead.
I think that, all right, to Ross's question of do I think their starting lineup is better? I think so. Okay, they didn't have Van Vliet, right? So to me, if I have BI, CJ, and Jonas in the game, I think that the Pelicans starting lineup is still better. I think that is a game to me that you should win. Like you have no excuse to lose that game. Even like I said, even with Zion not being there, like to me, that's just a moot point. Like I don't even bring that up to me because like you have enough offensive talent, to win that game. And to Chaz's point too, like all right, so like granted, like whoever starts the game, that don't really matter, right? As long as you get more minutes. But I can't trust that even Trey would have got those minutes per se, especially if Dyson comes back. Like I don't know what's going on there. I would think that the guy who showcased your team at All-Star break would elevate his status on your team.
I think the organization made a choice tonight. I think they chose Herb, but they trust Herb more than Trey. Ross, I know you want to get in.
What I'm trying to say is, I thought they had a better team than us tonight. They basically played 5 guys, and we were going to have to outcoach them to win the game. And we know how that ends for the Pelicans. That's what I'm trying. That's where I was trying to lead all of you.
So when you say that, Ross, when you say that, do you mean to Willie Green or do you mean the entire staff?
I'm not going to sit here and act like I know it all. I don't know specifically which one of them you want to blame. I pretty much lump all of the staff together, and that's that. Like we're not going to win any games without coaching anyone. Have we done that all year?
I mean, 30 wins. I'm sure we got one. Right?
We won a couple games in spite of bad coaching, but it's been like. But see, that's the thing, right? Like that's why I know for me, I try to be really consistent with like how bad I think this staff is, right? And I include Willie Green because, like again, when you see Willie Green's interactions with Trey on the sideline, I only see him doing that with Trey. I never really see him doing that with some of the other players. First, Brandon had like 6 turnovers. CJ, he's known for a pretty bad turnover here and there. JV has some turnovers. It's just not equal accountability across the board. My thing is, and again, man, I like Josh Richardson, but inserting Josh Richardson into the starting lineup, what is that creating? Like I saw someone say, us creating some playmaking and some this, and I'm like, for playmaking for who? Okay, great. Now you got a guy who can get into the teeth of the defense, and he can shoot it, pass it to a wide open Herb in the corner. You already have that. It doesn't work. You know what would work if that was a wide open Trey Murphy in the corner. But like, come on, what are we doing? I think again, man, this team is not good without Zion. Like it's not good at all. And that speaks volumes about the supporting cast. I said before, when Zion is out there, it's like Patrick Mahomes is out there, right? He's making something happen out of chaos. when Brandon or CJ or anyone else is at the helm, it's a rigorous uphill battle to get one bucket. You know how disheartening it is to watch a dude dribble the ball for 20 seconds and shoot over 3 defenders and get 2 points. You're like, God damn, like for 2 points? I had to watch that for 2 points.
You know what, Chaz? That's scheme. It's scheme. We gotta get off. I gotta sign off here. We're over the 30-minute mark, so make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
We can sign off, but I just want to go back real quick because I think, like I said, we talked about the offense and the defense, and for a while I was hesitant to put a lot of that on Willie because, Justin, you've told us that a lot of that's on the assistants. What I do put on Willie is the one thing that I've given him a lot of credit for, which is being a player's coach and getting guys involved and keeping guys on the bench ready and this, that, and the other. I can no longer give him a pass for us coming out in the first quarters and looking terrible over and over and over and over again. I can't give you a pass for that. Like, we've seen it too many times this year.
It's fair. I mean, it's fair. God, 30 seconds later. Go ahead.
Man, so look, this is the thing, right? Like we discussed last pod who was doing what as far as coaching, defense, rotations, minutes, offensive game plan, right? And from what we talked about last time, none of that fell on Willie. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, what?
Listen, they're 30-30. 500 with 22 games left. So they're an average team. Okay. I mean, that's literally what 500
and
is.
Time last year, guys. This time, no, I'm sorry.
I'm getting off. Presented by, I thought you were going to say something. Presented by Company Burger, located 4600 Ferret Street, Birdsall Law Firm. And of course, DraftKings, the official sports betting partner of Boot Crew Media, also the Rusty Nail and Sidecar Bar. We will see y'all Saturday night and then Sunday night show. Hopefully we can get a win. We're going to New York. See you later.